have you missed me? It's been nearly 2 weeks. And the weather's perked up, and so have I. I'm currently in happy mode. The reason it's been 2 weeks is because I got a bug. That never happens. Not anymore. I don't get sick very often. I haven't had a single day off work this year, and last year I only had days off because, people died. Yeah, I woke up 2 Fridays ago, well, not last Friday, the Friday before, in the middle of the night with a stomach bug. It was horrible, completely incapacitated. There was no way I was getting to Bulgaria at weekend because I barely knew what planet I was on. And then I tried to go back to work on Monday, managed Monday, still in a lot of discomfort. Tuesday, let's just say the children went and got someone, and I went to the school nurse and she was like, I can't look after you, I'm a school nurse, you need a doctor. So I went to the doctors and they filled me up with lots of pills, and I had another couple of days off, and then it passed. But I've never had a bug like that that's lasted for, more than 48 hours before. It was absolutely horrific. I honestly thought I'd ruptured my appendix. And I know I'm a drama queen, I know I'm a drama llama, but it was really, really horrible. The biggest fear, of course, was that the doctor was like, I might have to take you off that Mounjaro. I said, this is not Mounjaro, this is a stomach bug that's doing the rounds at school. She was like, I know, but the Mounjaro might have made it worse. Anyway, I went back to see her on Friday, by which point I was fighting fit, and she agreed to keep me on it. And I'm glad she did, because, and I know this is a combination of, I didn't eat for nearly a week, apart from little bits and pieces, because I really was that poorly. So I know that's part of it, but I've lost 7 kilos in a month. That's 15.5 pounds. That's like over a stone. So, and nobody's noticed. Chris is the only person who's noticed. But, hey, I'll take it. And I know that's not going to happen every month, but it's a good start. Started again this Saturday with Dr. Chris injecting me. We ended up with a dodgy needle. So he got it into my stomach and then went, this isn't going down. And he started fiddling with it. I was like, can you take it out of my stomach before we experiment with it? Anyway, we Googled it, and apparently it does happen. Faulty needle, put a new needle on it, whack, no problem. So yeah, I'm still loving that. And I know I did a post about this, but it's really not important. Trolls exist, drama queens exist, these things happen, people exist to, go in your comments and say things. But somebody had said, well, you can't expect to lose weight on that. It's not a normal way to do things. You should just not eat fluoride. And I'm not sure about that one. Eat organic, drink only water. And believe me, I know how to diet. I have been losing and gaining the same 50 pounds for my entire adult life. I am a binge eater. That is, I have a problem. And I make no apologies for the fact that I am postmenopausal, I weigh a ton, and the weight just isn't shifting. So if an injection helps with that, and also being insulin based is going to help with my pre-diabetes, I'm going to go for it. I'm not ashamed of it. So, if you don't want to listen to me talking about Mounjaro, fast forward. Or just don't watch. Don't watch. If you think I'm a terrible person, don't watch. It's that simple, really. Anyway, that's the drama bit. Was that dramatic? I don't know. Anyway, after that, I was able to go to the village last weekend, thankfully. And thankfully, last weekend was a long weekend as well, because June the 1st is a national holiday. So I went on Friday evening. Of course, Chris has just been there because he's building, bless him, my little manly man. I got straight across the bridge. Amazing, love it when that happens. And I was there by 7:15. Incredible. When I got there, Chris was having his lonely pint at Sonia's. He's turned into his stepdad. He keeps going down to Sonia's for a pint after he's been working all day. So I pulled up and went over to join him, and Sonia was taking the mick out of him, going, the boss is here now, you'll have to behave. And she said, you know, Nikki works hard all week, Chris stays home, drinks beer. And I thought, I know she was joking, I thought it's a bit unfair. He does work really, really hard. It's just he's got the, you know, the joy of being able to do it on his own terms, which is lovely. If one of us has to work, so be it. So work, there's no point him being here right now because I am just stacked. I've taken on extra exam papers this year, different ones that I'm doing for the first time, which is a bit scary because I know my own papers so well. So I've been doing some A-level marking, and I'm doing some stuff with you know, students in various parts of the world who can't take the exams because of all the conflicts, doing like their evidence portfolios. So I am stacked doing that on top of my normal stuff. So there's no point in being here. So it's a good job he's got a project on. And it's amazing, he's doing absolutely brilliantly. All the framework is up now. The extra bits been put in and concreted. I'd have again show him Squeaky Peter for a day to do that. The roof's on it. It rained on Saturday and we were in the garden and it was brilliant. We just shunted our chairs underneath the shelter and took a painting bench as a table and just sat there anyway, watching the rain pour off it. And then on Monday, just before I left, Davey came round to plan out the brickwork. Chris is really cheered up about it as a project now. He's realised that the bar's going to be a real thing. He's trying to work out where to put his dartboard. So I think he was doing the electric yesterday, like running it through armoured cable and burying it so that there's some electric running to it. And then hopefully they've had a dry day to get the brickwork started this week. But once the brickwork's in and the countertops, it's pretty much done in terms of it will work. And I think it's one of those things that will be one of Chris's projects forever. He'll forever be tinkering with it. And I think that will make him very happy. So that's good. I like watching him work. It's impressive. I've been doing my garden, did some weeding. Oh, God, so much weeding needed doing. And spinach and radish, I think I'm done now until the cooler weather comes because it's bolting as fast as it's growing. The pea pods are coming. I've managed to secure all my peas. We've got some tomatoes coming. My first courgettes coming. All the sweet corn's still alive apart from one that Lola ran over and snapped in half on Saturday. So yeah, it's looking pretty good. Definitely better than last year. Everything won't work, but some things will, and I'm happy with that. And apart from that, it's just been party central. So it was village fair fete day on Saturday, and it was really quite lively. You know, all the people, they come from other villages on buses and compete for the traditional dancing competitions and singing in the municipality building. And Miro set up a little like pop-up bar on the square. So we did a pub crawl. We went to Sonia's, then we walked across the square to Miro's, and we walked back to Sonia's again. So that was our pub crawl. It was really, really impressive. And Sunday it was Davey's birthday, so we went to the Macedonian Grill in Svishtav, managed half a salad and 4 chicken nuggets before I was full. Very nice, very nice. And then Monday just did some pottering. So yeah, it's happy days at the moment. You know, the sun's shining. Yes, we've got thunderstorms, but no, it's good for the ground. Everything just feels very contented at the moment, and I am not complaining about that. Bought some more rose bushes. I now know far more about stalks than I need to. I can't tell if ours have had babies yet. There's Barbara and Derek on the main road, and Irene and Neil who live in the centre, the stalks. And they do keep looking down into their nests a lot, but I've not seen any little heads pop up yet. But I've been watching stalk cameras on YouTube. It's my new obsession. And I now know far too much about them. Like if they have a slightly weedy baby, they just fling it out of the nest to go squish on the ground because that's one less to feed. So I'm watching other storks bring their babies up and hoping that little heads will start to pop out of our, our nests soon. Yeah, I think that's about it. We had a nice lady come round with her daughter. She's going to be dog sitting for us when we go back to the UK and then go to Germany to see Leo. Leo ran a half marathon, and I think that's about it. So yeah, it's been good times. So on the video, there's some garden, there's some Chris working, There's some like shots of the centre of the village, and there's rocking in that village now. During the ghost village during fete day and festival day, and that's it. So any questions, reach out. I will be happy to try and help. And peace out. Hello, it is Friday. Look at this, it's still daylight. It's about 8:30. I got here about 7:15. Best journey I've had. And we've just been to Sonia. Well, Chris was in Sonia's when I got here, so we went for a drink. He's just sweeping up and making the patio clean for me. But look at this. We've got all the woodwork up. The roof is on. I'm trying to ignore the fact that it might be sagging slightly in the middle where I made them take the posts out. The concreting's done of the bit that's going to be the kitchen area. Mandy's done a runner, but it's first time in months, so be it. She deserves some freedom. I've got a random gigantic sunflower growing in the middle of my lawn. Everything is insane, as I predicted it would be. It's so mad. I don't even want to go and look at my veg plots and see what's happened there. But my mum's roses have come out. But the ones that I didn't chop off at the bottom at the stem have all come out as little white flowers that aren't roses at all, which is weird. So they obviously need chopping. Whatever this is now completely out of control. So I need to chop that. I need to do some chopping, but it's a busy weekend. Like I was thinking, oh, and that's Helen's roses are also coming out because that was just a stump, but not as roses. Weird. It's Village Festival Day tomorrow. It's Davey's birthday, so we're going out for lunch on Sunday. So I'm just going to have to work around those commitments because those commitments are important. You can't be working all the time. My one remaining rose from the previous owners is doing beautifully here. Absolutely gorgeous. This is wild. And we're going to lose everything if we don't get some strimming done. But obviously Chris is not God. And he's built this. He's built this. pretty much single-handed, he can't be expected to strum as well. So we might have to do a Tim thing. Well, good morning from the building site. Chris is still in bed. It's 8:30. I don't believe he's not up yet. Dogs are fed. I've come to enjoy my coffee on this very dirty table. Very much looking forward to new furniture and stuff. I've been investigating my cherry trees. And of course, all the cherries on one over there. Hang on, let me get you in focus. Over there, that I can't reach because it's halfway down the drop-off. All the cherries are ready on that. On the trees that I can actually reach, which are here, the cherries are not ready. There's the odd one, but definitely not enough to make a pot of jam, which is a pisser. So I'm going to see. They might come ripe over the weekend because, you know, they ripen fast once they're ready, I suppose. There's a couple here and there if I can nab one, see what they taste like. Never had my cherries before. I've always missed them. Or last year there weren't any. Yeah, everything is as overgrown as I feared. It's horrid. So last night I pulled up all the radishes that had bolted and flowered, and my spinach has bolted as well, which is a sod because it's not been hot. Not super hot anyway. But yeah, so a busy day today because it's Village Festival Day. We've got to go and do some shopping and get some money out for various things. And a lot of work to do. We've got to clear the greenhouse today as well, get the last of the pumpkins and the squash and the spare peas and things out. So Chris is going to have to help me, I'm afraid. He's going to have to be garden guy. Right, this is Village Fete Day again, 2026. That's Callie Cat, very disappointed because nobody had any meat for her. It's buzzing, this ghost town of ours. We've got some how strong are you machines. Chris is about to walk into a lorry. I bought 4 rose bushes from there earlier this morning. Need to plant those tomorrow. And a bouncy castle. Another bouncy castle which blew away earlier. They're nice, aren't they? Those. So then we've got a selling loads of shit stall. Popcorn machine. I think there's some donuts over there, I think. But they're missing a trick. We said next year we're going to set up a Mr. Whippy stall and make our fortunes. So everybody's in their costumes because there's all sorts of competitions and things inside. And we're going over to Miro's, set a little bar up over there. So we're going donuts. We're going over to Miro's for a bit of a change. We've been in Sonia's. That's Colin having a sing-song. Oh, good morning, it's Sunday. Just waiting for a dog lady to arrive. She's coming to meet the dogs because she's going to be minding them while we're away. But I'm just planting up here, so I just thought I'd show you because I'm pleased with it. So this is my sweet corn. It's not as big as the sweet corn in the village, but it's healthy. and it's growing, so we'll take it. And then these are the squash that I put in a few weeks ago, and then I put these pathetic little ones in today. You can just about see them, poor little things. I don't know if they'll make it, but I'll give them a fighting chance. At least they're in the ground. Bloody bindweed, it's everywhere. So yeah, I've just filled the row up with those poor pathetic things. I've also got some cucumbers to go in, and I've got nowhere to put them. And I've got some pumpkins and some melons, and Chris is going to dig me a patch, I believe. So the big news is, poor pathetic things that have died in the greenhouse because they didn't get watered. Look, first courgette coming, and we've had 3 strawberries. That was exciting, but these are doing really well this year. I think probably because they're second-year plants, some of them. And so we've got lots of flowers coming, which is a good sign. We've got quite a few strawbs coming on these ones. Hang on, there we go. There's, oh, where's it gone? Camera, come on. There's, yeah, it's definitely there. I can see it. There we go. Quite a few on there, and so I'm pleased with that because we didn't get any last year. And I did weed this yesterday. You'd never know it. Something is crawling on my back. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. And what else did we have that's growing? Well, we had a thing, and I said, oh, we've got one of those already. No, it's gone. Anyway, look, we shall eat this one later. So yeah, Chris is going to dig me or rotivate me a patch over by the fence for pumpkins and melons, and I need to weed the peas and things. I did the tomatoes and the strawberries yesterday, and pulled out most of the weeds from here that were popping up through the holes. But I'm quite pleased with how well some of these are doing. Look a little bit malnourished, but I've got some fertiliser with me, so I'll give them all a drink later, and that will hopefully make them feel better. Yeah, go me. I bought 4 rose bushes at the fair yesterday. So Chris is trying to give this a bit of a rotivate over. It's the trickiest bit of garden to rotivate because it's a flower bed. Anyway, you get a good shot of the beautiful existing roses, I suppose. I think he's going to fail miserably on that one. We're going to end up digging it over by hand, I think, which is a pretty good of a job. Anyway, down here, I just want to show you. This is what I bought. So I've got some like mixed colour ones, an orange one, because the orange one I got from Hot Knitser doesn't seem to be doing anything, dark red, black ones, and another yellow one, because I like yellow. Right, so Chris made me this morning, and I have put in some very pathetic looking pumpkins that were practically dead because they hadn't been watered, and some very, very pathetic melons that just weren't thriving at all. So I thought they stood a chance if I put them in the ground, so I've put them in. But I think the stuff that I've put in today and yesterday, it was so weedy and pathetic, it probably won't survive, but it's worth a try. He also dug me a little patch by the greenhouse, so I put a load of cucumbers in there, a load of gherkin cukes. So we'll see what happens. Much better angle here for showing off the construction. It looks very well, darling. Well done. I think it's about to rain, so that was good timing. My beans are doing really well now. They are starting to snake up the net, which I'm dead chuffed about. And I've just weeded out my peas, believe it or not, and tied them all up a bit higher up. They're doing quite well as well. And I think we're calling time on the radishes and the spinach for now, because I think it's too hot for them. They're all bolting. The only downside of a bank holiday is everybody in Romania goes to Bulgaria for the weekend. Everyone in Bulgaria goes to Romania for the weekend. And it's busy. And I would love to know what this guy is trying to do.